Mystery wickedness is that evil which has been presented as good. Say the bad that is always said to be good. And because of the destruction of the ancient world that was established upon its system, when Cain went away from the presence of God, he established a city called Nod, upon which his civilization was anti-God in all its dealings. A system that corrupted the original laid out principles upon which the world should be governed. It was the system of corruption, and it spread so quickly, so fast, and touched every center and every influence of human life. It ended up multiplying wickedness. When we get in Genesis chapter number 6, you find that Noah, with only 8, was among the 8 people. So Noah and 7 other people are the ones that were saved out of the corruption that existed. Can you imagine, out of billions of people, only 7, together with Noah, that is 8 people are delivered from the global destruction of human wickedness through the flood. You see, so the same system found its expression in one of the sons of Noah. You see, and that was Ham. And after Ham, his grandchild Nimrod took it to the next level, whereby though the personalities were destroyed, you find what was destroyed was a spirit. The spirit that is antichrist established a system and partnered, influenced people to partner themselves on that system that will permit evil and reject good, so that in doing evil they will strengthen the kingdom of darkness. But we know Bible history has it that in the time of Shem destroyed the custodians of this mystery, the personalities. You see, so you get that as they continued to multiply, and not only was the righteous one, God himself smashed it out. And the generation that existed is a generation that was established on the principles and the laws of God, except only Ham. And even in his time was not able to forge rebellion against God openly. And he had to wait until the time of his son, the grandson. That's when it was able for it to work. You see, Nimrod, the existence of Nimrod, that is when the wickedness and global rebellion was established again by trying to establish the Tower of Babel. And the Tower of Babel, God confused the language so that they could not understand themselves, and they remained only with one thing, to use sign language. And that is why today you find that God confounded the language. They could not openly talk, so it required for them to use signs. And even up to today, the establishment of social society, secret societies, they use signs and symbols. That is their language, and is only revealed to members. Non-members are not permitted to know until initiation takes place. That's where you can be exposed to those mysteries. You see, so we find that this is the mystery that has been through age long, and is the mystery whereby evil was institutionalized across the influences of human life. And there is levels that when this evil is institutionalized, it stays as a secret. At the level of secret, the person involved in, the member of that community, the member of the member in the brotherhood of wickedness and evil are the only one that involved into it. They will never receive salvation. They will give excuses, and they will never make their evil public. You see, and at that level, they enjoy themselves and they are content. They know that they are going to hell, and they are okay with that. But however, when it reaches the level whereby now evil is evil has sealed you with the hellfire, and it gives you the boldness, that strength of hell. It's a supernatural empowerment whereby you begin to do evil supernaturally. This is the time where people now moves out of the secret, and whatsoever was being done behind closed doors in the secret now is open and in a public. And at this point, what happened is now they begin to use the governments of of nations and influential people, political leaders, influential business leaders are people who have a great influence in the music and entertainment. Then they make sure that they partner with them so that they will give them what they like. If it's political power you like, if it is a fame you want, whatever you like, and then in the exchange you have to spearhead and champion their agenda, influence people in the area of fashions, make sure that nudeness become accepted, influence people in the area of politics, make sure corruption is being institutionalized, make sure that bloodshed, make sure that war, make sure that bad governance is the order of the day. You know, if it be in family, in marriage, corrupt the original principles that God established upon marriage, establish gay marriage, establish single motherhood, establish all polygamy and all the corruption of marriage. The intention is to confront and combat everything that is good so that evil can be enthroned. And at these days where we are, there is an outright confrontation of darkness and light, evil and good, whereby the time where evil was hiding itself has passed, and now evil has been brought into the public. Evil has been brought into the streets. Evil has been institutionalized, and evil now, wickedness is the law that is running this world. And any person or whoever rejects it, he becomes a prey. And that is how persecution is being launched. That is how whoever doesn't agree with them, they will rage against him. They will come against him with swords. The same way as it happened in ancient world, where the prophets of God were not being tolerated. Any person that carries the truth of God was killed. Some were being sawn into two. Some were being flayed. Some were being crucified. The intention they know that they are wicked, but they carried the message of truth. Stephen carried the message of truth, and because of that, that was the only crime that licensed his death. Is because in every terminal generation there is an outright confrontation between good and evil. You see, even now, it's like when you watch your television, like previously when we checked the Olympics, what has been kept secret has popped out publicly. The blasphemy, the level of blasphemy. You see, is so mind-blowing, where people, you see, involve the things that they commit sacrilege. And what is it? Because it is their time. It's called, is the hour of evil, is the hour of the wicked one. Now is the hour of the wicked. And what does it determine? Say, hold fast what you have, lest it is taken away. Is required for us at this time, to the way the Bible says. Jude has told us what to do. Jude chapter 1, it says, and verse number 3 say, Beloved, while I was very diligent to write to you concerning our common salvation, I found it necessary to write to you, exhorting you to contend earnestly for the faith which was once for all delivered to the saint. The faith which was once for all delivered to the saint. So there is the faith that was once for all of us, which was delivered to saints. He said we contend for that, because when you go down, he say, for certain men have crept in unnoticed, who long ago were marked out for this condemnation, and godly men who turn the grace of God into lowliness and deny the only God and the Lord Jesus Christ. These are the days. Antichrist as spirit is the spirit that makes that kills any inspiration of the divine, and is what creates way for the antichrist, the system. So you get that the spirit will create the system whereby people will find it easy to rebel against the established ways of righteousness. And when Antichrist, the system has been established, then automatically Antichrist, the person, will show up. And as we have been moving on, the two has happened. The Antichrist, the spirit, has been there age long. In the days of John the Beloved, he warned us of the Antichrist. And we find the system was established. It's called the system Babylon. The Babylonian system that corrupt everything that is God, that resist everything that is God, and take the place of God. So that now, when the personality of the Antichrist now fall into the structure to make himself manifest. And these are those very, very times that we are called to brace ourselves up, make sure we have our armories, so that we can stand and not to be found wanting. Know the times. The Bible says, and the sons of Isaac knew their seasons and their times, and knew what to do. So as a spiritual child, the times and seasons demand that to be watchful and pray, lest the time catch us unaware, lest we be caught up into the drunkenness of them that are drunk in darkness. And that is what we are